Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have for you guys a deck that was suggested to us by Neo Games and or Neo's Games, and this is going to be an Yveltal with Crobat deck, or just bats in general. This is almost a direct list from what he gave me, but I made some modifications, mostly with the Zubat line being being 4 instead of 3. And lowering a switch because it might be a little bit more reliant on Darkrai's retreat for the other guys, and since Crobat has free retreat. But anyways, let's take a look at the deck. Let's start off not with Darkrai. Let's start off with Yveltal. This is going to be the cornerstone. This is the main man. This is going to be the dude of this deck. You go on any basketball team in the NBA, and you always got that one guy who's the man, right? Back in the 90s, it was Michael Jordan on his team with the Chicago Bulls. And, of course, sometimes on your team you need a Scottie Pippen, right? So the Scottie Pippen here is going to be Crobat. This is not so much a Scottie Pippen than it is a I'm not sure what a good analogy would be, but, I mean, this is kind of like a... I don't know. I can't really think of a good basketball team here that doesn't have... Anyways, let's take a look here. Yveltal EX. It's got the attack Evil Ball. This attack does 20 more damage times the amount... 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to both active Pokemon. Meaning if your opponent's Pokemon only has nothing, you're still doing 60. That's insane. For 2 energy, you're still doing 60. And if you have a Muscle Band, you're doing 80, and if your opponent just has 1 energy, you're doing 100. Right? That's incredible. So Evil Balls are really almost like a broken attack in one sense, but it's got the attacks Y Cyclone as well. That's gonna be pretty handy for moving energy around. But the other partner here is gonna be the non-EX Yveltal. We're gonna be running 3 of these as well. Oblivion Wing, hitting for 30, you can attach a Darkness Energy from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon. A little bit of an Energy Accelerator, and then of course Darkness Blade. We can use that for things like Suicune and Sigilyph, knocking him out in one shot. And then we have Darkrai EX with the Dark Cloak ability, mostly used just to, have the being fluid with the deck, being able to move the deck around as we need to. Night Spear, you never know when that could come in handy, but most likely we won't use that as an attack. And then finally we have Jirachi here with Stellar Guidance, just using this for Stellar Guidance. Of course, we don't play any Metal Energy, so we're never going to use Hypno Strike. But Stellar Guidance is just really good for consistency and searching out for the trainer cards that we need, the supporter cards. But yes, of course, the main partner is going to be Crobat. It's 130 HP psychic Pokemon, resistance to fighting, which is always really good to go against things like Donphan. But of course, we're at weak against Lightning with the Crobat, and this is going to be our answer to playing against Pyroar. And so, I mean, you think about it, it's not too bad, right? If you can get 2 Crobats into play in one turn, that's 60 damage on the Pyroar. And then if you can get a Muscle Band here, you can actually skill dive for 110, knocking out the Pyroar. So, I don't know. Anyways, we also have Sneaky Bite as well as the Surprise Bite, and very similar, just does 20 damage instead of the Surprise Bite doing 30 damage when you play this Pokemon onto your bench. So that's it with the Pokemon line. Let's take a look at the support line and item cards and whatnot. We got Computer Search as the aspect of choice, being able to discard 2 cards and search for anything you want from your deck. We have 2 Enhanced Hammers discarding special energies, Professor's Letter, and Super Scoop Up. A couple of those. Switch, Ultra Ball, 3 of these, 2 VS Seekers, and that's it for our support line. We got AZ. We have 1 of these. I think AZ deserves a spot. The AZ wasn't in the original list, but 1 AZ can be pretty good, and I only have 3 Scoop Up Cyclones. So we do have 2 Colress here, and then 2 Lysander and 1 Lysander Trump card, 4 Ends and 4 Junipers, and then that's it for the support line. We play Shadow Circle, really nice to avoid weaknesses for Darkrai and also for Yveltal. We are basically really weak against Lightning type, right? Because the Crobats are weak against Lightning as well. And then for our tool cards, we have Muscle Band, 3 of these, and then 4 DCEs and 7 Darkness Energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this deck out in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Okay, looks like we're playing against Antarius. Oh boy. I'm really bad with names, but we get to go first. I chose heads, and lucky for us, it was heads. We start off with a Zubat and nothing else. Oh man. Oh wow, we could just go for the swoop up and concede. Oh, this is not good. I'm going to go ahead and end the turn. My opponent can do shout and end up discarding a card from us if he flips heads. But we have multiples of everything except for the DC for the muscle band. So if he discards the muscle band, you know, but we'll have to wait and see. My opponent does flip tails, and we should be okay. We do get a Golbat, so let's go ahead. We'll hit this guy here. And you know what? Oh, might as well. I gotta start doing something, right? It hit for 30, and my opponent's Whisper is now at 20 HP. I wonder what kind of deck we're playing. This looks like, ooh, okay, ooh boy. Won't be able to knock out anything anytime soon now. My opponent can go for a Supersonic. That would be pretty annoying. I definitely don't want to hurt ourselves. We do get the Yveltal here. I'm going to go for the Super Scoop Up, and no, we flip tails. If anything, I'm going to end up retreating anyways. So let's go, and oh my goodness, are you kidding me? And that's it. We're going to end our turn. We do get a DCE, but, I mean, we could definitely play that, but that's not going to happen. If anything, what we can do is retreat, play the DCE onto the Yveltal, and retreat. Oh boy, my opponent has... Oh wow, if your opponent reveals his hand, discard all item cards you find there. We end up discarding our enhanced hammers. That is brutal. That is just brutal. Let's go and play the end here. Oh my goodness, here's our Pokemon. Oh man. Oh boy. I'm going to undo that, and you know what, we're going to end the turn. Oh, I should have played... Why didn't I play the Muscle Band? Oh, I should have played it. My opponent's going to use Destructive Sound now, and we're going to end up losing our Muscle Band for no reason. Unless, of course, my opponent wants to go for a round attack. We even see my opponent play a Potion there, and also a Professor's Letter. All right, we are off to an awful start. And it doesn't look like my opponent's deck has too much of a rhyme or reason in particular. Let's go ahead. We will just... Oh, boy. Let's just go for his Supercross. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Poor Golbat is going to get knocked out here. And we just don't have anything. We just can't respond to anything right now. Oh, man. This is terrible. Okay, we get knocked out with 100 damage. Both these guys will get knocked out with 100 damage. I'm going to end up promoting the Yveltal. Maybe we can buy a turn. We even get a Shadow Circle. And, oh my goodness. I don't care at this point. I'm just going to play my hand down to nothing. Are you kidding me? We can't get anything. And our stadium even gets countered. What the junks? Oh boy, this is depressing. If my opponent gets 2 more Meloettas or something, that's going to be hitting a one-hit knockout. And wow, we get 1 measly energy drop and no supporters. Okay, so my opponent's going to end up taking a ton of prizes here, and that's going to be very devastating. I'm going to have to start promoting my non-EX Pokemon because I don't want to lose out on too many prizes here in one turn. So our Yveltal will get knocked out. I'm going to promote probably the Golbat in case we need to retreat. And oh my goodness, my opponent's getting everything on his side of the field powered up already. We even see a Druddigun over there. And there goes our Yveltal. Goodbye, Yveltal EX. Oh man, we are just tripping right now. Okay, let's take a look. I should be able to knock him out, and I'm not even going to do the math. And there it is. We take our first prize. We get a Jirachi. That is fantastic. I'm definitely going to play Jirachi for a stinking Juniper and get this game going. My opponent can play a Destructive Whirlpool, and that would end up discarding an energy card from us, but that's okay. Off of this Juniper, ideally we should get a DCE or another energy drop. But that's still 80 damage that's hitting us. And we should be able to retaliate and just kind of hit the Samurott back and knock him out. Because let's take a look here with 4 energies, and I mean, yeah, that should be enough to knock him out. We get hit for 50. My opponent does Waterfall. It looks like that's interesting. Let's go with the Jirachi, and definitely we're going to go for a Juniper. Let's take a look at this really quick. Yep, Juniper it is. And who cares about the AZ at this point? We do get another energy here. So let's do the math real quick. My opponent's got 3. We have 3, 4. We're heading for 120. All we need now is this here. And let's go ahead and why not, right? Let's go and we'll play this here. I think what I want to do is probably play this onto the Meloetta, I think. And we'll even we'll just hang on to that, I think. If anything, let's go for the scoop up, and yeah, we're able to get it up there, and we should be able to evolve in the next turn. So pretty solid. I'm gonna play this here so my opponent doesn't heal anymore. I don't know. Let's go for the Yveltal. That should be a knockout. And okay, it's time for us to catch up. Whew, boy. All right, so the Druddigon here can still attack. Meloetta can still attack as well. We could end up getting confused, but if we do, we can just retreat. Let's take a look here. It is a heads, and we are indeed confused. I'm going to go ahead and just keep chipping away at this Meloetta. What I want to do is... okay, so here's the plan. Let's discard this. And we should have a couple more Crobats. I'm going to get another Golbat into play, and I'm just going to discard my hand. Alright. In the next turn, we should be able to... okay, we can actually play an N right now. End my opponent down to 3. I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's just play the N. I don't mind at all. And okay, so... let's retreat into the Golbat, I think. Excuse me. And okay, let's do this. We'll knock out the Meloetta, and there we go. All we have left is a Druddigon. So wow, we actually had just a terrible start, but we were able to come back and take the win. So I'll accept that. Don't mind that at all. Although it was a pretty rough start. My opponent does play a Culver's for 5. And, I mean, yeah, my opponent can still get some Pokemon down. But at the end of the day, I'm going to knock out this Druddigon. And that's going to be it. So let's go ahead. We'll retreat here. And I'm going to go for the Yveltal. That should do the trick. And there we go. That's it. That's victory for the Yveltal and Bats deck. You know what? That was not satisfying. I'm going to play another match here. Usually I do 1 if I don't have time. And I usually do, if I do 2, I usually end up doing 3. So you guys probably will see this coming. I'm going to end up doing 3 matches maybe. But sometimes maybe I will only do 2. I don't know. We're playing against Whack Cow, I think. And, oh, thank goodness we get to go first. That's good news for us. Oh, my goodness. We start with a Jirachi. We do get an N, so, I mean, that's not awful. Oh, boy. We're playing against an Aegislash, huh? So what do I want to do is, let's take a look here. I'm going to discard these Colruses. Don't really need them right now. And what I want to do is get a Zubat into play. And I think... that's good. Let's go for the N. We do get this. I don't want to play the DCE, and we do get the Muscle Band as well. And we get an N for the next turn, and then we can always play an Ultra Ball as well, which means we can discard the Lysander and discard whatever else we draw into, and then play for the Golbat and get some energy, get some damage on the Aegislash going. Kind of works for some nice numbers, you know. But ideally, what we want to do is... man, if we can N into like a scoop up and flip heads and scoop up the Jirachi, that would be the best thing ever, right? Besides the chocolate cake. Now those are pretty good too. We see my opponent play an Ultra Ball, getting rid of the Lysander and another Ultra Ball. Surprisingly, my opponent, okay, we see a Clink. So my opponent's gonna be playing a Clink and Aegislash deck, playing Clink to protect my opponent from things from all EXs. So that's going to be pretty difficult. That's going to be something pretty tricky to do. Ooh, we even see Dialga EX hit the floor. And here is a Muscle Band on the Aegislash. Well, this is a little tricky. Alrighty then. I don't want to play DCE, and okay, you know what? Let's go with this. We're gonna probably just target this little clink here, and let's go for the N. We get this as well. We get this as well. That's terrible. What is this? What kind of hand is this, man? All right, we're going to end the turn. I don't want to play the DCE because I won't be able to attack the Aegis Slash anymore, and I don't have a Lysander to use because we discarded it. Unless we can get a VS Seeker, we can actually just bring out the Dialga EX here. Oh my goodness, my opponent gets another Clink going, and oh, thank goodness, my opponent plays an N for us. That's fantastic. Thank you, sir. We could see a Slash Blast hitting for 60, 80 damage, a little bit short, knocking out the Jirachi. And like I said, I kind of wish we had something else going for us. But anyways, that's going to be it. Oh, man. My opponent even has a Bronzor over there going for him. We don't have much else going for us. The Jirachi will get knocked out. And we're going to end up ending our turn. If my opponent has a rare candy and the Clang Clang, oh, that's going to be devastating. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness. My opponent's going to play the Skyla, probably going for the rare candy. What can we do now? The only thing I can think of is probably just target this Clank. And, oh, here is the rare candy. My opponent not fearing anything at this point. Not fearing anything at all. Here's the rare candy. Oh, my goodness. Plasma Steel. Protecting us for everything. Pretty devastating. So let's start. We're going to go with the Golbat, and maybe we can always do a sneaky bite. So this is a little bit tragic. Oh boy, we'll do a Swoop Across. My opponent has Psychic Resistance. Oh man, that's pretty devastating. We're going to end up losing this because I think the way that this deck is set up, we really don't have a way to respond against Clang Clang besides throwing in bats. But alright, let's take a look. The Aegis Slash will knock us out. We do have an Yveltal here. There was no energy in discard pile anyway, so if we would play the Yveltal, we would have just got knocked out. Okay, that's 120 damage. Yeah, alright, fine. We could have played the Yveltal and probably could have survived the turn, but oh boy. Man, and that's it. There's nothing going for us here. Looks like we are just going in for the slaughter. My opponent was able to get the Clang Clang out, and we were just done for. My opponent's going to go for a VS Seeker, probably going for a Sycamore. And, alright, you know what? I'm going to call it quits. GG. I can't do much. Yeah, you got me locked. I shall concede. Alright, well, he was able to knock out our Yveltal, and, oh man, this is brutal. No way we can get out of that, and our hand is just terrible. We couldn't really do anything there. So, I mean, hey, we were able to get one win. Let's go ahead and play one more match here. This is going to be the last match. Man, I apologize. You guys got to see an awful, that was a brutal loss. Oh my goodness, that loss was so bad, I just threw up. My future self threw up right now. Ridiculous. Oh man, that was so ugly that my opponent was able to get everything set up, and I just couldn't draw into anything. It was so bad that, oh man, I couldn't. Anyways, let's take a look. We start off with nothing. We do get a couple of Zubats here, and we even get an AZ, so that is questionable. We start first. I mean, yeah, I guess looking back, this AZ is pretty useless. Man, why did I ever play AZ? Okay, anyways, my opponent's got two Pokemon on his side of the field as well in play. We don't have anything like a Colress. Even if we did, we wouldn't want to draw into two cards. I mean, who wants to do that, you know? So a couple things we can do here. The AZ is pretty good for the next turn. For right now, we can't do much, but in the next turn, oh, we get an Yveltal. That's good. I don't want to play the energy here. You guys wait and see what I'm going to do, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the turn. The plan, we're playing against an Executor deck. What we're going to do is we're going to try to get rid of this Execute right away. And how that's going to work is that we're going to play the Golbat from our hand, put 20 damage on here, AZ, and evolve this Zubat, and another 20 damage here, knock him out, and then we'll play the energy drop on the Golbat and do a Supercross and start hitting the bench. Unless my opponent plays an N. Oh man, that's a problem with this N card, man. N just messes with everything. We even see a Headringer. I'm surprised my opponent didn't play the Headringer on the Yveltal EX. Now, that's another thing. I probably shouldn't have played the Yveltal EX knowing that my opponent plays Headringers. That was my mistake, but either way, it's better to see the Headringers get played now on this Yveltal EX, and then we can draw into another Yveltal EX and power that one up instead. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a horse apiece. Ideally, if we can play the Yveltal and play the Muscle Band right away on our turn and avoid the something like a Headringer right away, that's probably the most ideal scenario. But yeah, so I'm trying to think here. Let's see. My opponent's inactive. Hopefully my opponent can get back into the game because this is a decent start for us, right? If we're able to get rid of this execute right away. Oh my goodness, my opponent even gets a gold execute here. So this changes our plan a little bit. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take out both executes in one turn, right? So you're gonna check this out, okay? So we're gonna evolve, put 20 here, AZ, evolve again, put 20 here, Supercross, knock them both out. That's the plan, and my opponent can always get them back. He can always propagate them, but the goal here, the goal is to slow my opponent down from evolving. Once he gets the execute out, all he needs is one energy, and he locks me up from my supporter cards, right? So definitely don't want to see that happen. But anyways, we see a Hypnotoxic Laser. It doesn't really matter. Even with the Verbic City Gym, we would survive the turn. And that's it. Let's go ahead. We're going to evolve right now. Let's go and evolve. Let's put 20 damage. Just put it on this one. Why not? And now let's go for the AZ. We'll bring this up, put this Zubat here, and we'll put this here. And look at that. Look at how smooth this is. And we even get this energy here. Let's go for a Supercross, taking out both of these executes here, taking 2 prizes. I like that. We even get another Zubat, plus we even get another Super Scoop Up. And so we can take advantage of this here, playing a couple more of these sneaky bites. And I'm assuming my opponent's going to play the executes again. We see the Team Flare Grunt discarding our energy. That's okay with me. We don't see any executes, so it's a little peculiar. I'm going to go ahead and play the Super Scoop Up. Oh, we flip tails. But you know what? Let's see here. Yeah, I guess we can play the energy. Ideally, I'd like to play it on the Yveltal, but we don't really have much going for us right now. Let's just go ahead and go for a Supercross. See if my opponent, if he played the executes, I'll definitely just keep Supercrossing and get him in 3 turns. We'll knock him out, but that is 3 turns. Ideally, what I need is a supporter, and I want to use him before my opponent locks me from playing any more supporters. Could see something like a Hypnotoxic Laser. My opponent has 3 cards in his hand, and that's it. My opponent passes the turn. We will knock out one of these guys here. Well, we'll knock out both of them, right? So let's go with that. We'll knock him out, and let's go for the Skill Dive, and we'll knock him out as well. Oh, man, that is brutal. It's so cruel. Oh, man, that is so cruel. Inhumane. Cracking, killing, just knocking out these eggs. So, I don't know. Oh, my goodness. My opponent plays an Enhanced Hammer. Probably top deck that. And we're back to ground zero. We do get this here. And we even get this here as well. So, let's go ahead. We'll just chip away at this goal. Okay, here we go. Poor Dragalge will get knocked out in the next turn. Unless we see something like another energy discarding thing. And that's it. Okay, alrighty then, and we take the win. Wow, we actually took 5 prizes there, guys. 5 prizes. All right, you know what, folks? I don't usually play 4 games, but I'm gonna play 4 games. And okay, here we go. All right, Yveltal and Bats, Neo's games. I'm feeling generous. We had that one brutal loss against that Bronzong and Clang deck, so we'll play one more match to maybe redeem ourselves. We actually end up going second. That's a bit of a bummer. So we're playing against Will's a Gamer, and we're playing against a It's going to be some kind of a water and fairy deck. Oh no, we're playing against Seismitoad. Hopefully my opponent plays a DCE this turn. That would be fantastic. If we can just discard it right away, oh man, that is money. Money to my ears. Or music to my ears. What am I saying? Money to my ears. That's like, I don't mind that either, right? If someone chuck money into my ears, I'll take that. Okay, so we see the Ultra Ball discarding the Via Seeker and a switch. We could see something like a Seismitoad. Come on, show me the DCE. Yes, we see a DCE. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's get rid of this. All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead. We'll play the Yveltal, and let's get rid of these. I'm going to go for a Zubat. And too bad we don't have any energies in the discard pile. But my opponent only has 2 cards, so hopefully my opponent doesn't have another DCE to start locking us up. Oh, man, no, please don't show the Hypnotoxic Laser. We end up discarding our Shadow Circle, and we see a Scoop Up. Oh, thank goodness, that was the Tails. Oh, no, my opponent had the DCE, and this is pretty tragic. We do get a DCE over here, and let's play the Golbat. You know what? I'm just going to target the Seismitoad. I think that's going to be more of a problem than we think. So let's go ahead and no energies. So my opponent's at 100. We are at 100. We're just going to go and slobber each other back and forth now. Going back and forth, 100 and 100. Okay, no more item cards, man. No more item cards. So my opponent will knock us out first, but we have a shot at just... If we can top deck an energy in the next couple turns, that would be fabulous. My opponent has 1 card. We have 1 card. We have an Yveltal as well. Let's go for an Oblivion Wing. Still no energies. We're going to keep checking, right? Let's just keep checking, huh? Oh, my opponent plays an N. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you. And we actually get a really good hand. We get another energy we can play onto the Yveltal. And, oh, this is fantastic. Even if my opponent played an Enhance Hammer, we can still knock out the Seismitoad by playing the Crobat and then finishing him off with an Yveltal. And that's actually not a bad plan. So, okay, here we go. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to play the Yveltal here. That way we can get an energy back. So let's go, and we'll be a little bit short. So thank goodness we have a couple of these guys here. I'm going to play this here, and we'll put the 30 damage on here. I just want to finish off this guy. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play an N. That way my opponent disrupts my opponent's hand a little bit more. And we even get the Shadow Circle. So let's go ahead, Oblivion Wing, and bring in another energy drop onto the Yveltal over here. And we will confirm our selection. And oh boy, looking pretty good here. We can't play the Scoop Up Cyclone unless my opponent misses the energy drop. That would be pretty good. My opponent goes for an Acro Bike. And I don't like this bike at all. Let's see. My opponent discarded a Slurpluff. Oh, okay. Oh, we see a switch. My opponent's going to go and draw into 2 more cards and another card with the Slurpluff here on the bench. We could see a DCE drop here, and there it is. My opponent switches. I'm expecting the DCE. Nope, we see a Hypnotoxic Laser flips for heads. And, oh, man. And we even see a Professor Sycamore. Oh, there is the DCE. Here's the Acro Bike. And, my opponent getting a lot of stuff going for him. We see we do wake up, so that's good news. And I don't mind playing another energy over here. So let's take a look. We can retreat. So I'm going to do that. Let's just retreat here. We have that going for us. And I'm going to go for the Evil Ball. Hitting for 100 damage. We should knock out this Seismitoad in the next turn. We see a Hypnotoxic Laser. But you know what? We can play as Super Scoop Up. And oh man, we still can't play it because we're item locked. Oh my goodness. My opponent gets his last DCE over here. Definitely going to play an energy drop over onto the Yveltal on the bench. And oh boy, this is pretty good. This is good stuff here. Taking out the Seismitoad. My opponent's got one last one here. And that's one last DCE that he has. So that's 1, 2, 3 DCEs in the discard pile. And here is the Burbank City Gym. We should be able to retreat. And so what I'm going to do is play the DCE onto this Yveltal and probably just you could either do a Y Cyclone or something like that. Oh, my opponent is going for everything here. Playing 2 Hypnotoxic Lasers. That's 4 Hypnotoxic Lasers right there. And right here, my opponent goes for an N. We see a Crushing Hammer. Little does my opponent know is that I have a Colress here that can draw 8 cards for us, so that's always good. And no problem here, folks. No problem. We even get a Golbat, so let's go ahead. We'll just target the Seismitoad. I don't really care about these guys on over there. So here we go. Let's just go for the retreat. Casually retreat. Go for the Yveltal. That's 100 damage, and another 100 should finish the job. Now I know I can target these slow plus, but it's pointless to target them because it's pointless, right? I mean, oh, my opponent plays a Lysander's trump card and drawing into 3 more cards and gets a Seismitoad over here. My opponent even goes for that. Oh my goodness, that is just brutal. Well, I don't know. I mean, let's just go for this. My opponent's only hitting 30 damage a turn. I'm not really concerned. We see a crushing hammer. Oh, okay, fine. All right, you got me. If we can top deck something here. Oh, my opponent plays another N, and we're down to 2 cards. And here is another crushing hammer. My opponent goes for another master ball. My opponent could definitely make a comeback here, and we see things like hypnotoxic lasers and whatnot again. But you know what? Here we go. This should be the game. And we get an Yveltal taking out the Seismitoad. That was a pretty convincing win. All right, high fives all around. And Neo Games, thank you for the deck suggestion. It is the Yveltal and Bats. I always liked Yveltal. It was kind of a broken card to begin with, but whatever. Anyways, hopefully you guys like the video. Give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. You guys have a good day. If you guys have any other deck ideas, please shoot them my way, and I'll see to them if I can build them. But all right, you guys take care. See you guys later. Goodbye.